It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
I'm Ernie Johnson here again with Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. This NBA season rocking right along, and we're loving every minute of it. And coming right up, we'll see the Denver Nuggets playing against the Golden State Warriors. Well, for the Warriors, they've built some momentum early on in the season and have shown they're trending in the right direction. As the season's progressed, so has their success and their ability to produce. Hey, the way the Warriors were able to outperform the rest of the NBA last year, they put up huge numbers, win 67 games. How much extra pressure does that put on them this year, Shaq?
It'll be hard for anyone to expect them to win that many games again. I'll be surprised if they do it. Success in the postseason and deep playoff runs are probably reasonable to expect. I'm going on the record saying they're going back-to-back.
Wow. Well, this team needs to stay hungry to do that, man, because, you know, to have a chance to win it back-to-back, as they are trying to do, is very difficult. They have the kind of talent and chemistry to do it, but I don't know if their overall personnel and their refined efforts will get it done.
Just about game time. Let's get it to Kevin Harlan, who has the call.
Everyone is in their seats here at the Pepsi Center as the Nuggets look to grab a win here in downtown Denver, Colorado. Well, it was the Golden State Warriors winning their last game against Chicago, and they finished that one out up 4. Competitive, but ultimately they prevailed.
And I believe what that game came down to was their ability to really knock down those triples.
Yeah, I thought the work they did on the perimeter was excellent. It was just too much for that defense, or really any defense for that matter, to handle.
Now a chance, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. The starting 5 on the floor. And Golden State looking at who they've got. It's the Splash Brothers, Curry and Thompson. They're in the backcourt. Iguodala and Green are set at the forward spots, and it's Spates in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. There are very few players you can call game changers on offense, but Clark, Stephen Curry is clearly one of them.
Well, the plus-minus for the Warriors with him on and off the court validates that. It's incredible how much better they are offensively when he's on the floor.
Murray kicks to Gordon, and it is flushed down with a nice jam.
And that's the kind of lead pass we've come to expect from him.
And it's Golden State's ball. Pass to Green. Golden State moving the ball around. Green, the screen. Back to Curry. Just 5 to shoot. Nice D from Oladipo.
And Steph Curry, with his deep range and lightning quick release, really unique to our league. And speaking of Curry, guys, that quick slingshot release, really one of a kind. For most of us, a quick flick shot like that would be lucky to draw iron, but he's able to do it with pinpoint accuracy.
The Nuggets shooting their first free throws of the game. He misses the free throw. The Nuggets missed the postseason again last year. Never really had a good look at it and just fell in back of the pack.
And it's the second straight year of not playing playoff basketball in Denver. This coming on the heels of 10 straight bursts between 04 and 13.
That one is no good.
And, you know, for Denver, historically, they've enjoyed a lot of success for a long time. I mean, missing the playoffs consecutively might have been the wake-up call they needed to try something different going forward.
Here's Denver now. They come into this having outplayed Phoenix the last game.
Yeah, the bench production in that game was terrific. Points from multiple sources.
Yeah, everybody that stepped on the floor played and made a contribution, and that's always a positive thing.
Now, here's Oladipo. He's coming off a 19-point game against Phoenix.
And listen, it's sometimes really hard for teams like the Nuggets to know when to rebuild. So while they weren't quite sure what they had coming into last season, by the end of it, they had a clear idea of what direction they needed to head into for the future.
Now Murray, following the miss by Draymond Green from deep. Now Murray really played well against Phoenix in his last outing. Kicks it to Oladipo. This one for three, and it's Oladipo again missing. The Warriors have gone just 1 of 4 to get this game started. And he gets the bucket. Thompson's got his first bucket of the night.
That feed by Iguodala, a really good example of his passing ability.
Clark, some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, they need a basket just to regain some momentum here, Kevin.
Gordon against Green. Oladipo for three. It's good. He scores. That's his first basket after missing his first 2 attempts. Now 1 for 3.
And his presence as a scorer, it just has a calming effect for the rest of the team. He's a fallback option whenever they need him.
And the wide open shot from Green. Again, the miss by Green. Denver's gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. Here's the bodyguard. And again, Denver with the triple.
There's a chance he could have a big game if they don't D him up more tightly on the perimeter.
Warriors trail by 3. Curry passes to Green. He kicks it to Spates. Curry against Oladipo. Curry dishes to Green. Misses off the right iron.
Nobody even close to him, and he can't believe he doesn't knock it down.
Green against Gordon. Pass to Hickson. And lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2. And just as J.J. Hickson seemed to be finding some rhythm in his career, Clark, last season happened. His production dropped like a rock.
Yeah, you know, Kevin, after 2 straight years where he was starting, last season he was asked to come off the bench. And for J.J. Hickson, that just did not seem to be a good fit.
No good on the free throw.
And getting back to J.J. Hickson, he's forever had the size and strength to get it done. His problems have always been that lack of discipline and an unrefined set of tools. I mean, unfortunately, last season highlighted those flaws.
Leandro Barbosa. He's checked in for Steph Curry. And no good on the second free throw, so he goes 0 for 2 there.
Talking about Hickson, every time you count him out, he surprises you with a streak of inspired play. Then every time you count him back in, he puts up a dud. Hard guy to figure out right now.
Here's Murray looking for his first basket still in this one. Here's Gordon.
Tell you what, he's going to put that one in his scrapbook. Absolutely insane with that dunk.
Well, now they're starting to rub it in. Aren't they? Have build up a lead, and here we go, folks. It's showtime.
That was a Kodak moment right there. The more plays they make like that, the more they'll have these guys on the ropes.
And Thompson kicks to Green. And Aaron Gordon gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul. Spates sets a screen. On its way from Barbosa for 2. Nice spin off the left rim and in.
A lot of space right there to get that shot off.
Not a very good job of the defender getting over the top of that screen in that particular play.
Oladipo with the ball. Picked up by Thompson. And Oladipo kicks to Murray. Five on the clock. Green with the block. But they recover it. Denver needs to get off a shot. Oladipo for three. Cannot hit. Good D by Thompson.
His touch has disappeared on him this quarter. He just hasn't been able to get it going.
Spates sets a screen. There's Green with the three. Offensive rebound. That is good. Spates has got his first 2 points of the night.
How about the perseverance there, the extra effort on that offensive glass?
Murray, the pass to Oladipo. Hickson sets the screen for Oladipo. It's stolen by Green. It's Iguodala with the drive, and he gets the bucket. Iguodala's got his second bucket of the night.
He had his head on the swivel and was able to pick out the pass and get the assist.
And guys, Andre Iguodala entered this league as an athlete with raw skills. And bit by bit, though, he refined his game over the years. It's free throw shooting. In that one area, he was much better over the first 5 years of his career than he has been the last 5.
Fareed's checked in for Denver. And Golden State also making a change. Bogut's checked in. The Nuggets have gone 50% from the field to this point, 4 of 8. Oladipo against Thompson. Here's Murray, still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for him. The Warriors trail. Barbosa kicks to Green. The pass to Iguodala. Off the screen. That one wide left. Nuggets have gone 5 of 9 from the field here in the first. Deflects the pass. It's stolen by Green. Barbosa dishes to Thompson. Barbosa with it. Right now averaging about 5 points a game. And it's Iguodala missing.
Outstanding perimeter defense there. That was a well-contested shot.
Yeah, and you know he takes a lot of pride in his defense. There are no easy threes if he's on you. He's been wayward and just off on about everything he's put up in this period.
Leandro Barbosa on the wing, guarded by Oladipo. And here's Green outside. Hickson grabs the board. Hickson's got 3 rebounds now in this one. Here's Murray. And count the basket. He was fouled, and he's going to the line for one more.
Another nice bucket down low. They've really been able to work the ball into the post effectively so far.
Yeah, and I think we're going to see them operating a lot of their offense from the interior today.
And a moment to look at the scoring approach in terms of where the points are coming from for the Nuggets.
And so far, these guys have done a fantastic job finding the opening man and getting some easy baskets.
Something else they've been able to do so far tonight is earn those tough points in the paint. Boy, I tell you, the Warriors did something that no other team had ever done before. They ended the regular season ranked first in field goal percentage and field goal percentage defense. Essentially, they were the best offensive and defensive team in the league. Remarkable. Boy, just by his body language, Kevin, you can tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
Yeah, it seemed like he had great rhythm on that. You can see the disappointment in his face.
And so here's Denver. They lead by 4. Here's Barton. Banked in off the glass. Last season for the Warriors really dominated from beginning to end to lead the league and Greg, both offensive and defensive efficiency.
And Kevin, a lot of people knew the Warriors were good at offense. But they've been equally as good defensively over the past few seasons, kind of flying under the radar for whatever reason. Not the case going forward.
Austin Rivers, he's checked in for Boss.
One shot. One shot.
Free throw drops for Barbosa. And we've seen it all, guys. The Nuggets have been in free fall the last couple years. Part of that is their play at home, where, GA, they used to be invincible.
You remember back in the day, Kevin, one of the most difficult places to play was in Denver. You're dealing with the thin air, but that hasn't been the case here of late.
George Karl just his team on what they did at all. Now here is Barbosa, following the miss by Kenneth Faried. West kicks to Barnes. Lets it go from deep, and he gets it to go. Barnes has got the game tied up here for the Warriors.
You know, Denver ended with the 19-22 record at home last season, and that's a far cry from when the Nuggets would typically win 30 or more games at home.
Now here's Faried. He hasn't scored yet. That, I'm sure, will change. Right wing, and stolen by Barnes. He feeds it to Barbosa. And he misses the go-ahead basket.
And you'd have to go all the way back to their dreadful 2003 campaign to find the last time the Nuggets went below 500 at home. Very strange to see them be just mediocre in this building last season.
Just 5 on the clock. To the wing right side. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time.
And let's check out some stats. Here are the numbers for Thompson. Averaging about 19 points, 3 assists, and 3 rebounds. And for any other player putting up those numbers, we'd say they were great, but for him, they're just simply run-of-the-mill.
Sure, you know, most guys would be satisfied with that stat line, but he's built for more.
Barbosa passes to West. And off the front iron, and in it goes. And the Warriors lead by 2. Denver's gone 2 of 4 from beyond the arc to start the game. Let's go quickly over to Doris Burke for an update.
Well, Steve Kerr had a few moments to share with me. I asked him what players he was really eyeing on the scouting report, and he said one that might surprise you, Kenneth Faried. He said he plays with so much energy and effort. He really sets the bar for the rest of the team. If we can limit his impact on the game, I think it'll really be to our advantage. Guy's an interesting take. We'll see if they can slow his roll.
And as always, Doris, thank you. Denver with the ball. Trailing by 2. Looking to end the drought. David West grabs the miss.
Well, you have to like their work on the boards, Kevin, particularly here to start the game.
Yeah, I like the way they're setting the tone. Really playing with a lot of energy here at the start.
Time called here. The Nuggets. David West's usage and overall numbers have ticked away with time. He's still as efficient as ever.
Yeah, not the over 50% field goal guy he used to be, but still a valuable contributor on the block.
The Nuggets trail by 4. On the wing, Chandler. Screen by Faried. Off the pick. Rebounded by Bogut.
And for West, a lot of what he brings to the table is just professionalism, leadership, and a real example of how to get the most out of what you've got. He keeps everybody on the team focused, too. When he speaks, guys listen.
Now here's Barnes. An 11-point game for him in the win against Chicago. 5 on the clock, and that one is hammered home.
Just so fast. I mean, it's like trying to stop a train when he's coming in for the slam. Wes guy's still very strong as a player, but clearly it's his leadership that sets him apart. Does all those little intangibles that help teams win games. Now, how about how he sets his man up there, runs him right into the screen, and then gets the basket.
Bogut sets a screen for Barbosa. There's the dish to Barnes. Denver grabs the miss.
Not really the best decision. I mean, get the easy two, the for sure two. No need to make it fancy and special.
And it goes out of bounds. That one off West.
And you can tell that pass just hung in the air for a long time.
Yeah, exactly. Long enough for him to get a hand on it and knock it out of play.
"19 seconds left here in the first quarter. Out to the wing. 6 to shoot. Shoots from the elbow. Chandler with another miss. Thompson outside. Got a hand on it. And we reach the end of the first quarter. Warriors lead by 4. And we'll get things started in the second quarter when we return. And Steph Curry, a player within the gym range. He told us about his comfort stretching the floor. I was going to say, Greg, how big must that hoop look to Steph Curry, and tough to guard might be the understatement of the day.
I mean, he is just an insanely great shooter. I mean, arguably, I don't think there's an argument. He's the best shooter in the world. The argument is whether or not he's the best shooter ever. And listen, I can imagine there's very few times that Coach Curry is not going to allow this splash brother to let her rip.
And now the second quarter just getting set to start. What do you guys think about the Warriors here so far?
I just really like what we're seeing from a defensive standpoint, forcing a lot of turnovers with those quick hands.
Yeah, those active hands, Greg, have produced a number of steals early. They've been very aggressive. Gordon
out there with Hickson. Then there's Victor Oladipo. Then there's Boss, and it's the bodyguard in at the 3. That's the group on the floor for Denver. And guys, let's get your take on the hustle stats for the Warriors.
And it's been about their defense. They're playing with a frenetic pace, putting a lot of pressure on the ball handlers and forcing turnovers.
The other thing that's helped them early tonight are the points they've been able to convert off turnovers.
That free throw good from Hickson. So after making the first, he goes 1 for 2. What a year for the Warriors. Clark won their division for the first time in 39 years, ran away with the very tough Western Conference.
And there were a number of surprises last season, Kevin, but the Warriors were at the top of the list. I mean, I don't think anybody, including you and I, pegged them to be as good as they were.
Especially the way the finals began.
Exactly.
Now, here's Oladipo. Harrison Barnes missing his last shot. Gordon, and Curry pulls it down.
Terrific job that time defending at the rim. I mean, it's not an easy task stopping that fella when he's headed to the bucket like that. Good job.
And the Warriors won 51 games back in 2014, improved that mark by 16 wins last season. Among teams that won at least 50 games in the previous year, that 16-game improvement was an NBA record for the Warriors.
They get it back. Here's Spates. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
Oh, the officials are all over that one.
Clearly a foul. I mean, didn't give him any choice but to blow the whistle. I mean, you got to play without fouling. It goes without saying the Warriors set franchise records all over the place with their play. Their win total being the highest ever, but also of note was it was the first time they've won 50 games in back-to-back seasons. They seem to truly have arrived as a top-notch franchise in this current state of the NBA.
And Maurice Spates last season with the best year of his career. I mean, he shot the cover off the ball and did a nice job on the boards as well.
And both free throws good for Spates. Rick, you were just talking about Mo Spates. Clark, he has a great mid-range jump shot.
He does, and they actually call him Mo Buckets. But he actually played so well last season, they even threw in Mo VP from time to time.
Now, here's Oladipo. He's certainly been a consistent piece of their offense, averaging about 14.5 points a game.
Not fazed at all by having a bigger defender on him down low, and I really thought he would be.
You know, at first glance, you wouldn't think that he'd be comfortable in that particular situation, but, boy, I tell you what, he didn't look like he was out of his element at all right there.
Here's Barnes. After the made shot from Victor Oladipo.
Even though he isn't having the best of game from the floor, it hasn't seemed to hurt him.
Gordon dishes to Hickson, uses both hands to slam it down.
How about that fantastic finish and the aggressive move, too, Kevin?
Trying to send a message, Clark, with that slam, I think.
And I'm not sure if it was text or email, but he definitely threw that one down.
Now here's Curry. 35 points for him last game against Chicago.
Yeah, and it seemed like he spent about half the game shooting free throws. Credit him for really taking it to the defense.
That's good, and the Warrior lead is cut down to just one on the bucket for Murray.
That was the third straight high-percentage look this defense has allowed. I mean, these defenders have got to start bumping bodies in the paint. Be more physical. Be more aggressive.
The game's just far too easy right now when it comes to attacking the basket. They have got to do better.
And the Warriors decide to take their first time out here. Tanking is something that all teams that are out of it tend to do. I hate that word, Clark, but it seems to be the one used by a lot. Nuggets didn't really try to hide it last season either.
Well, you know, it certainly looked that way. Right around March, they just started sitting key players for no real reason. They framed it as rest, but it didn't quite look that way.
And I think Doris Burke has something for us right now. Doris?
Thanks, guys. I got a chance to hear what Steve Kerr was saying to the team. He made sure that everyone was on the same page and that the offense needed to run through Stephen Curry. Coach would like to see him utilized in the offense as much as possible. We can expect to see them going to him constantly. They're not going to wait for halftime. They want those adjustments to have an impact right away. Over to you, Kevin.
Always great to hear from you, Doris. The Nuggets trail by 3.
And guys, for the Nuggets, it seemed to come out of the blue for their players. They all felt fresh, but the press release would say they needed rest. So obviously a bit of miscommunication there.
Now Barnes, following the three-point attempt by Aaron Gordon. Iguodala kicks to Barnes. It's Curry. That time on the assist by Barnes. Now it's a 5-point Warrior lead.
Nice pass. He got the ball right into his teammate's shooting pocket. On time and on target. And, you know, back to the Nuggets and giving up a bit near the end of the season. Miscommunications like that can really bother a player. Still, it's a viable strategy. I don't know if it's viable, but it's a strategy that could pay dividends if executed the right way.
Got a piece of it. Here's the bodyguard. And lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2. And it goes on Draymond Green. So many great statistics are available to demonstrate just how dominant the Warriors were last season. My favorite is, G8, their point differential.
You know, to be able to beat your opponent by double digits on average is something only 8 teams have been able to do in the history of the league.
It's amazing.
Gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
And he knocks down the first one.
Guys, the Warriors ended the year at just over a 10-point differential per game. I mean, still that number is staggering when you think of what it takes to achieve that mark over the course of a season. Typically, championship teams are somewhere in the +6 to +8 range. 10 is off the charts.
And so he makes both from the line.
And you know what? That Warriors point differential was helped out a lot by their play at home. The home differential was almost +15 points per game. A lot of blowout wins. Scary thing is they set their starters in the fourth so often, they could have made those numbers even higher had they won it. And he has really come to life here after a slow start in that first quarter.
The Nuggets trail by 5. Now Murray. 7 points in the game. Oladipo for 3. They get the rebound.
And you know what? He's just not on his game. No doubt about it. Their deficit isn't totally on him, but he has not been an asset for his team.
And the basket by Curry. And it's a 7-point Warrior lead.
Excellent assist there. Just led him to the perfect spot.
Murray kicks to Gordon. Dixon a screen on Green. Gordon inside. Headed by Green. From 11 feet away. And it's Gordon missing. Warriors leading by 7. Curry passes to Iguodala. Back to Curry. Denver grabs the miss. They beat the Warriors during their last encounter in Oakland.
Yeah, a really close game between these two in that last matchup. It took a total team effort for them to get the win.
It sure did, and they got a lot of scoring from their bench, Greg, and I think that really was the crucial difference.
Here's Gordon. Nice teamwork to set up the pick play and make the space for the Jay.
And he came off that screen, and the D just didn't get over the top of it.
Yep, weren't there in time enough to challenge Greg, and when that's the case, you can mark those up for him.
Now here's Curry. 8 points for him. Green with a screen for Curry. It falls for his 5th field goal of the night. Now shooting 5 for 8.
Just no resistance inside at all. They are feasting. This is a straight buffet.
It is. It's a big one. And load the plate.
Yeah, exactly. It sure is. Plenty of second opportunities. 8 of their last 10 points from the paint, but the defense still continues to back away and not show any aggressiveness.
Here's Oladipo following the basket by Stephen Curry. That's good, and the Warrior lead is cut down now to just 4 in the basket from Oladipo. Looking to get it going. Here's Barnes. And that one hits back iron.
And he's trying to shoot his way out of it. You know, they have the lead, but honestly, I think it might help if he'd be a little bit more selective tonight.
Oladipo outside. Warriors with the rebound. Barnes has got 3 rebounds so far in the game.
And guys, one thing that we were treated with last year was Steve Kerr's great quotability in post-game interviews and pressers. He said all the right things and deflected praise like a coach who had done it for many years.
And Green gets it to go. Denver calls timeout.
And Draymond Green, guys, has won at every level. I mean, led Saginaw High School to 2 consecutive state championships at Michigan State, 2 trips to the Final Four, and now making noise with the Warriors. It's clear this guy's a winner.
Denver with a platoon swap here on the floor. And then for Golden State, Andrew Bogut. He's checked in for Spates. West comes in for Green, and it's Thompson in for Andre Iguodala. The Nuggets trail by 4. And here's a little known fact, Clark. Only 3 players have recorded at least 2 triple-doubles in the NCAA tournament. They are Oscar Robertson, Magic Johnson, and Draymond Green.
That's some elite company for Draymond Green. He's a hard worker, a guy you love if he's on your team. He can be an irritant if he's not with you, but continues to improve and prove his doubters wrong.
Here's Thompson. Denver able to drain the 3. He dishes it to West. Outside Curry. Shoots. Can't get it to go. Now the Nuggets take it the other way. Campazzo. He's covered by Thompson. Here's Barton. But they recover it. And no good. And a chance to take the lead. The feed to Barnes. The 10-footer. Barton with the rebound.
Not a whole lot going down for him at this point. He just can't buy a break.
Lays it up, and despite of the excellent defense at that.
You know, there's no better sign of how efficiently a team is operating than their assist numbers. And theirs are fantastic.
Just beautiful when they play the game like this. Oh, boy, I tell you what, they don't get much uglier than the quarter he's having.
Yeah, and it's not showing any signs, Greg, of turning around here soon. I mean, his touch is basically gone AWOL.
And so here's Denver. Harrison Barnes missing his last shot. Barton dishes to Rivers. From deep. No good. Nice D from Bogut.
Yeah, real nice shot selection there. I guess he's working on his buzzer beater form.
That's a reach, but perhaps that is the case. Or maybe he was trying to knock a bird off of the scoreboard.
Is about right. Because I still can't figure that one out.
No, and I see no birds up.
No.
Here's Rivers. Andrew Bogut making his last shot. Chandler a screen. Rivers kicks to Chandler. Can't capitalize on the good screen. The Warriors leading. Thompson passes to Curry. Six for 10 with that shot going in. That's a good game for a lot of guys.
He's played an important role in their offense today, guys. Without him, they may not be in the lead.
Denver's gotten cold from deep in the second quarter. Just 2 of 6 from long range. 1:49 left in the first half. Fareed a screen on Curry. Out to the right wing. Here's Barton. He's covered by Thompson. And another miss by Denver. Warriors leading by 3. Outside Curry. It's tipped. And so it looks like the Warriors will retain possession here. Well, so much great defense has come from the shooting guard position over the years. And here's a rundown of the players wreaking havoc at that spot this year. Fourth, Klay Thompson.
And this is a very intense group. I mean, those steals don't come by accident. I mean, they've gotten them through the effort, and they're willing to expend that kind of energy on that aspect of the game.
Well, the most active hands in the league, I think, belong to those fellas right there. I mean, that is one pesky bunch of pickpockets.
Nice shot by Bogut.
Just not enough bodies on the glass right there, and they paid for it.
Well, Greg, I know you're a little guy, but you know what it means to box out, and it's an effort thing and a mindset deal. You got to get your body between that other player and the ball.
Here's Chandler. Andrew Bogut making his last shot. Now here's Rivers. He's been patient so far, nothing yet on the scoreboard. They can go 2 for 1.
It's about being smart right now.
Bogut dishes to Thompson. West setting the pick for Thompson. Rebound by the Nuggets.
Good little two-man action there, but they just can't get the shot to fall.
Yeah, but that was a beauty. Good-looking shot, well-executed play. I wouldn't be surprised to see them go back to it.
Here's Barton. He had 10 points in the win against Phoenix. It's stolen by Curry. And it's denied. And they're able to recover. And the foul called on the Denver Nuggets. Barbosa kicks to Thompson. Off the left rim and out. Here's Barton. No good trying to beat the buzzer. And so it's a close game as we wrap up the first half of basketball. Warriors ahead. They lead by 5. And now let's catch up with Doris Burke, who's standing by on the sideline. Doris?
Guys, I'm here with Stephen Curry, and Steph, Coach made a point of stating how important the physical presence would be in this game. How important is that going to be for the team in the second half?
That's a big deal. I mean, just being physical and, make the right plays and then hopefully put ourselves in good position to win.
You've got to match that opponent's intensity, Steph. Thanks for the time. Guys?
Thank you, Doris. And folks, don't go away after the break. We'll see you right back here for the start of the second half in the third quarter.
the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back, everybody. Ernie Johnson here alongside Kenny Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. We'll be taking a look back at the first half of basketball. The first half was all about Stephen Curry. He had 12 points, 2 rebounds, and 1 steal. The first 2 quarters tonight looked a lot like what we saw from him in his last game. Taking a look at the Warriors, Kenny, what'd you think?
Efficiency, efficiency, efficiency. The 3 E's, Shaq. That's all I got to say. They've avoided turning the basketball over, and that's a recipe for success. Now here's how they do it. By sacrificing the highlight reel plays, you get good looks, and those home run plays will still come.
And big fella, let's get your thoughts on the Nuggets.
You know, they didn't play it too safe. They made some really nice shots. Those are some much needed points, and it keeps them right in the game. As long as they stay on the same page and keep working together, they got a great chance to take control of this game.
All right, and that'll do it for us here. We now take you back to the second half of our game. Kevin Harlan ready with the call.